Alright, so I'm going to touch on all the same subjects. You know, I've been taking some videos from around the neighborhood and in and out of the complex, and you know, you can see if I just go walk my dog and sit down under a tree, I got 2 or 3 knuckleheads that'll just come out of my complex and park like a fucking weirdo, and then when they realize they're being recorded, pull back into the complex, or they'll drive up next to us knowing good hell and well that that's a dead-end street they're headed towards, get by us, turn around, and head back. It's just ridiculous. So the first thing I want to get into is I know that this has been going on for a while, but I know it's race related in my case from where I'm from. And I know that people that consider themselves community organizers or community coordinators that I went to high school with are not only are they a part of the defamation campaign, but just because they, you know, they're all clean cut and doing well, it doesn't mean they don't have dirt or worse on their hands. And they're covering for themselves as well as everybody else. So, but where I'm from, there's 2 major businesses that have been either shut down for the time being and or indefinitely, and there's about 1,000 people out of work. Now, like I said, I'm not doing that, but somebody's doing their job. So y'all got the y'all covering your ass with the wrong one. So when your family and your friends are perps, harassers, or they're in trouble, or you know, if they're Satanists, whatever the case is, you know, I had some asshole on the internet, oh, you live in a trailer, you're a fucking loser. Well, this apartment's bigger than most of y'all's houses, and it's mine, so y'all can kiss my ass. But I've had my very own family gaslight me, you know, tell me I belong in the Santa Ana River, tell me I need to lay off the drugs when they know good hell and well I've never done anything beyond plant-based things and drinking, but I know what they've done, and I'm pretty sure that they're covering their ass because they know they probably owe me on some level, and even they have said that to my face in hidden messages. And then they'll isolate you, like, you know, they just won't call, and if you talk to them, like I've said before, they'll just be weird, or they won't answer. You know, the ones that don't answer but text, you know, they're trying to keep in touch, but also keep their ass out of trouble, so they're showing you respect by not talking to you, because then they'll have to do the directed speech, they'll have to make noise in the background, which is ridiculous. By the way, everybody that's done this to me, don't ever fucking talk to me again. If this ever stops, don't you ever fucking talk to me. Don't call me friend, don't call me family, don't call me brother, don't call me cousin. You know, you're completely cut off. I'm done with all of you. Friend, family, or other. And some of you, we can throw some gloves on, but I am going to do physical harm to you in a legal fashion. And I mean that. The other thing you're going to have happen is the local fire department, law enforcement officers, EMTs, even nurses, they will engage in noise harassment, light harassment, street theater, directed speech. I had one of the female police officers in my hometown tell me maybe I should buy a small island. Well, what do you think she's inferring there? Who just got popped and may or may not be dead that owned a small island? A fucking pedophile. So what do you think's going on where I come from? That's people are using me to cover them, because I don't engage in that bullshit. Okay? And that's a local law enforcement officer in a uniform telling me that on a call. Or they'll tell you that you're the one moving the things in your house and you're forgetting. Well, since I don't have any fucking furniture at all, and the only thing I have is out on the counter, and it's displayed a certain way, when I see something's been moved 2 to 4 inches out of line, and there's no break-in, which means it's an unlawful entry, which means it's someone with a key. So the owner on down to the maintenance, and or a tenant that used to live here, or some jackass that's been given a key. I mean, it's too easy, but they want to make it, oh, that doesn't happen here. Well, it's happened in Arizona, it's happened in California, and it's happened all the fucking way out here in Mississippi. Oh, you're bringing the problem with you. I'm making people break into my house. I'm making people that live in your complex, I'm making them gang stalk me across the street and down the street as I've put on YouTube. I'm making that happen, huh? Well, I'm a powerful motherfucker. I must be able to do shit and not even realize it. I'm telepathic. I must be Jesus. Y'all, landlords, maintenance, other utility workers, postal service, UPS, FedEx, what's the other one? The yellow and red. I forget them. But another delivery service. The people that deliver your groceries, they'll go somewhere else and tell you that they're at the address on a completely opposite day. They're just bullshitting. And they'll replace things that weren't out of stock that don't need to be replaced. And they'll crush your things, they'll dent your things, they'll poke holes in your freezer, your frozen goods, so it gets freezer burn. So, like I said before, there goes your fucking tip. And they'll do directed speech. Every one of them has done directed speech. In the 6 weeks I've been here, 4 or 5 times I've ordered groceries with Instacart. That's happened every time, and every one of them's done some kind of directed speech. Male, female, white, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. All the local businesses, their employees and their customers. You know, I was just watching a video from the Target in Rancho Cucamonga in California for about 10 minutes, and every aisle I turn onto, someone's either already there or here they come and they got to get next to you, or they got to get their employer following you with the cart, coming around the corner when you're coming around the corner. You know, one person on this side of you, one person on that side of you, and then just stopping so you're blocked in, as I've said. Or they'll have their employer with the price check machine right by you, just making it beep repeatedly over and over and over. You got some idiot just standing there looking at something. You got people in the store with no cart and no basket and no items. I saw that twice and I wasn't even looking for it. Back to back. And I've seen that in other people's videos too. If you're in the store and somebody doesn't have anything in their hands, no cart, no basket, and you see them all over the store, they're stalkers. I call them walkers. This is the living dead. These people are zombies. You know, not literal, but they are zombies. They just do what they're told for some extra money. They'll fuck with their fellow man. So there's that. I mean, corner stores will do crowding. They'll make your card not work all of a sudden when you know damn hell and well there's funds on there. And then they'll do directed speech about it. We need all new shit, and then something of yours will break. You know, like the engine in your vehicle that you just bought. They'll break into your stuff and knock things down that were on it, and then go, oh, maybe it was the wind. Yeah, well, when you have 4 flat tires and all your lights are out, I'm going to tell you it was the wind. Not saying I'm going to do that, but when that happens, I'm going to blame it on the wind too. Another thing, like I said, going back up to the top, people where I came from, they're into pedophilia, they're into meth, they're into having sex parties and things like that. And that's all gravy, you know, do you. But when you get in trouble, don't try to take somebody down who actually served the country and did nothing but keep in touch with you guys when all you guys were doing was using that person as a patsy anyway. So I had about 10, I'll say 8 to 10 people in a group when I went home in 2016. And this has been going on much, much longer, as I said. Since I was a kid, I was definitely entered into a program, you know, sold off to science or something, and I was sold off to a family as well. And I'm not supposed to be here. Should have committed suicide or been beaten to death or stabbed, as I've been. Something was supposed to happen. All those things are connected. But about me and myself and 3 other people in that group of 10 or so that slowly ripped me off and was trying to set me up, hook me up for success, throw me in jail at a bare minimum or get me to kill myself. One of them moved away several states away a month after I left, and the other one died last month. And we, like I said, myself and these 3 individuals, we all kind of look alike, especially with a beard and on a motorcycle. So like I said, the more dangerous crowd you're rolling with, if you're a target, if you're being you know, targeted by law or targeted by an extremist group or a gang or targeted by the government, the more wily the people you hang out with, the worse this is going to get, because those people are just looking to cover their ass because they don't want to go to jail and be away from their wife and their kids or their drugs. But I know for damn certain one of the girlfriends I had surveillance in her apartment. She moved into my complex 2 weeks after I did. I saw her all over town as soon as I got home, so you know she was looking out for me from the get-go, in retrospect. And I know there was surveillance or at least recording equipment in there, and she would start fights with me in the hallway, put her hands on me several times, push me in the chest, try to get me to snap and hit her. And, you know, they'll tell you weird stuff like you're not taking care of yourself. And all I did was watch Joe Rogan Experience and go for walks and lift weights when I was able to. I mean, I'm not eating healthy, but you can't when you work part-time. And this person knows you're sick. All these people know you're disabled. So all of this is psychological, financial, physical abuse. Okay? This is all against the law. Coercion, undue influence, and all that good stuff. You know, when it's 2 in the morning and they start an argument with you and they have this crazed look in their eye, you already know what's up there, and they're pounding on the neighbor's wall who's twice your size and also into the booger sugar and probably a perp as well, pretending to be a caretaker, or the guy across the street that does nothing but drink whiskey and smoke all day, lives downstairs from you, and slams his door on the way in and slams his door on the way out. And if you say anything to him, they'll go, "You're the one slamming the door." Well, that guy will come out too and try to start a fight while you and your old lady are having problems. And then, you know, there's all kinds of signs in retrospect if you don't get thrown in jail or you don't kill yourself or you don't get killed or beaten to death. And then my last piece, and this goes back to the top where there's people that consider themselves community coordinators or whatever their lame-ass title is. Like, just because I'm not wearing an Armani suit and I'm not clean-shaven, I'm probably walking a straighter line than anybody where I came from. I was harassed by the county sheriff, the EMTs that picked me up lightly, and the entire town, 3 towns in the valley, from July 20th in the afternoon all the way up until 6, 7 in the morning, July 22nd, when I finally came out of the emergency room, and the staff in there harassed me as well. We're doing directed speech, saying weird, creepy things like, "Oh, the truth is out there," and it's like Hotel California, you can check out, but you can never leave. Weird shit. People coming up out of the fields on a dirt bike. I mean, it looked cool, but it was like a fucking movie in the Twilight Zone. Or people surrounding you in a corner store, the last corner store before you leave the state. Or, I don't know, somebody that you dated 17 years ago that lives across the country is somehow in your town yelling at people at said gas station for not giving you a ride. Just weird Twilight Zone shit. So you're telling me that's not some kind of government-funded program? Bullshit. So if you're targeted, whether it's by an extremist group, the law, you know, it's all connected. Citizens Corps, Neighborhood Watch, community groups, whatever they want to label themselves. That's what they're doing. And when you're experiencing weird shit and break-ins and vandalisms and nobody's doing anything about it, that's what it is. But I'm not stuck in one place. I've gone through 7 states and I've lived in 3 of them in the last 2 years next month, and it happens in every apartment in every city in every state I've been in. So you might have problems, but you're not completely losing your shit. People are doing this to you. Okay? So there are groups on the internet. Do your research, see where it's coming from, and get a lot of surveillance, as much surveillance equipment as you can. Okay?